And we are live, chat. Welcome to today's Thursday stream where we had quite the price action today, chat, on BTC, altcoins, and also the stock market. And at one point, Bitcoin was selling off really strongly, losing a lot of significant levels to the downside. Was actually down 4% from the current level. And after the stock market closed, it rallied like at around 3%. So quite the wild price action today. Sentiment was really bad on the timeline. I saw a lot of streams on people talking about this being an echo bubble 2019. Similar price action. That's what's going on now. And I don't know. Just after, if we're gonna get granular here, Chad, hold on for a minute. I'm gonna flip on the 5 minute chart. So I want to go deep into the low time frame to show you this. So you go to where the stock market closed at 4 p.m. Look at what the price action did. Just reversed the entire dump that began on where the stock market opened. Remember, stock market opened at 9. I think it's 9:30. Yeah, so at around down here on this shoulder, and it's just had a massive capitulatory event on BTC. And then right after the stock market closed, you'll see how they just mean reverted to the upside, flushed a lot of shorts, and just really pumped it into the daily close, which will be happening in 49 more minutes, chat. So we're going to discuss what's been going on BTC. Was this just a low liquidity pump because of some Michael Saylor positive news that we had today? He announced that MicroStrategy will be buying 2 billion in BTC. So maybe that was just pretty much what happened today with this pump. Just a low liquidity on the afternoon after the stock market closed, and they were able to pump it higher. But significant volume on the low time frame on Coinbase at least. So that's interesting. But I'm gonna go to my classic framework here. So today at one point BTC was losing not only 64,800 but also 63,500 bucks. Both levels really important and real from 2021 cycle. You'll see here the daily candle close on the all-time high from April that marked the first peak at top of that cycle is what it's been traded today. At some point you were below them, and now with this incredible recovery you're actually above them. And also what's really interesting that you bounced here exactly from the mid-range of this descending channel. Well, you didn't actually quite touch it, but it's more likely it's an area rather than just a line in the sand. So yeah, printing negative momentum on the MACD histogram and catching a small bounce on the RSI at the 51 point level. So yeah, quite the roller coaster of emotions go, because this looked really bad on one point today. But we'll come back here to the daily candle close to see if actually market participants are able to hold a daily candle close above 64,800 or actually above 65k if we have to round up, which is this first all-time high for BTC that lasted a while. Actually, that was the market all-time high for 187 days. So it's a pretty important inflection point from history, and you can see here locally has also been regarded both as support and as resistance. So pretty interesting what happened today. I'm not calling this to be a macro reversal, but it's looking way better than it was just about 4 hours ago. So pretty nice. Also on BTC, I want to show you guys something that's also interesting. I'm gonna go to the 4 hour for this one. So you see here the three drive pattern. There's three highs, consecutive higher highs, and then a loss of structure and a bounce. And this one looks the first drive, the second one, and the third one. And what kind of somewhat reminds me of this pattern is a daily price action that we had on BTC on March of last year. I'm gonna head here. Okay, so there it is. So you'll see here potential three drive pattern, first drive, second one, and the third one. And then they lost structure to the downside. Every market participant was screaming for all-time lows, and then they just turbo reverse it at around the 200 moving average. And I'm gonna go back to the 4 hour if you remember how it looked. Look at this chat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lost market structure, and then an immediate pump at the daily 200 moving average on the 4 hour too. So I'm gonna tweet this later because looks interesting. You have a reaction out of the lows here on the RSI with bullish divergence playing out on the RSI. So yeah, I don't usually pay that much attention to the 4 hour, but given the similar price action here than the one that we had on March of 2023 on a daily time frame, I think it's worth taking into consideration that price movement. Also, I want to check out BTC against the SPX because it's also doing interesting things today. You'll see actually had a reaction out of the mid-range too. This is a similar channel to the one that BTC has on the USD pair. And at one point it was really close to getting a bullish engulfing today, but I'm guessing that last few minutes sell-off just made the candle to come back down a little bit. But also catching a reaction here out of the daily 200 moving average. You do have somewhat that three drive pattern, but you didn't lose structure like the USD pair did. Yeah, printing the first negative momentum bar on BTC SPX since July 12th. So the first time since the middle of last month. And also makes you wonder, today's the first day of August, the first trading day of August, and makes you a little bit skeptical to think that maybe the trend for the entirety of the month is going to be set on stone on the first day. So maybe if you get follow through out of this bullish pin bar here, maybe you get a little bit of a relief out of this downtrend, this 4-day downtrend that we've been on BTC. Bitcoin dominance was also doing things today, retracing now a little bit after BTC gave back a little bit of the gains the last hour. One point it was up 1.2%, 1.3%, and Bitcoin dominance was at around 0.9%, almost a full digit percent up. So yeah, continuing to uptrend, going for the highest daily candle close since July 28. And we talked about this setup on the 3-day. I think it's going to be critical here on the next 2 days what happened with Bitcoin dominance, because we talked about the cool off on this MACD histogram, because we had this setup, this inverse head and shoulders pattern here that got confirmed, Chad, and you actually caught follow through to the upside on this pattern, and you had 3 strong bars of positive momentum on the MACD, and now a weak one, and the one that's been built on right now is flirting between staying a strong one or just another green bar of positive momentum. I mean, another weak bar of positive momentum on the MACD histogram. So I think that's going to be a strong signal for whether this pattern will still be at play or this will be just the play out of this reversal pattern that we had here in the MACD histogram. So yeah, that's your BTC dominance. Okay. Go to Ethereum before heading into USDT dominance. So ETH is down 0.9%, being outperformed by BTC today, clearly, as we saw on Bitcoin dominance, going for the lowest daily candle close since July 25th, printing strong negative momentum too, again, on this MACD, approaching the 43-point level on the RSI. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday, being in the middle of La La Land here. Not having somewhat of an edge to position yourself. Maybe if the daily 200 moving average is recovered, then maybe you could speculate on getting an edge or a trading setup. But for now, you're sitting below it, you're losing it, and you have 39 more minutes until the daily candle close gets set in. We're going to be taking a look at ETH BTC too. See what ETH BTC is doing. So it's down 1.4% on the daily, going for a bearish engulfing candle. So having an invalidation of yesterday's engulfing candle. Yesterday, ETH BTC was having a bullish engulfing candle, actually confirmed, and now you're getting the opposite, chat. Getting a bearish engulfing candle, an invalidation of what happened yesterday, and we talked about the importance of this being confirmed as a higher low regarding the low from mid-May, just before the ETF announcement. So maybe you come back down here for a confirmation low. That would be nice, and you go for a run against the 200 moving average. But you have to remember, chat, I've been stating this over and over, that this is a long-term downtrend that began on the merge of ETH, when ETH just switched from proof of work to proof of stake. This whole downtrend on ETH BTC began, and it's been relentless. And what you do want to see is, you want to see a sign that buyers are stepping in, like a potential higher low, like the one that we could have here, and confirmed as of now, or price action above 5,600 sats here, this critical inflection point from 2017, and also very well regarded on 2021. So that's my line in the sand for ETH BTC, and I think that an ETH BTC rally, like most of you guys would think, not only implies that ETH will be outperforming BTC, but also that altcoins could be outperforming BTC. So that's pretty cool, in my opinion. If you actually get somewhat of this higher low, then maybe you could start building into an altcoin season and a Bitcoin dominance downtrend. But we've said also that for me, the trigger for an altcoin season would be BTC running strongly into price discovery and giving confidence in market participants and new market participants that BTC is strong, and given that case, people are willing to go further down the risk curve into altcoins and BC altcoins and utility coins and whatnot. Okay. USDT dominance, this is an important one. So you had this inverse head and shoulders here that had a breakout yesterday. We talked about it. Talked about the potential measure move target was at around 45.3%. Let's do it again. So from the neckline all the way down to the bottom of the head, it's a 5.5% measure move. So fell short a little bit of the on the technical target because it was at around 5.2, 5.3%, and you went all the way up to 5.23%. So and as of now, you're printing a red candle, possibly a gravestone doji on USDT dominance here. That's what could this inverse candle could imply. Not inverse, but this basically single candlestick pattern could be painted on. It could be a gravestone doji. It's called when you have a long wick to the upside and just a really tied to nobody kind of candle here, about to be confirmed in 34 more minutes, which would be a risk on signal for me, in my opinion, because you just somewhat failed to sustain the price action of this inverse head and shoulders, and on that single candlestick pattern, maybe maybe it reverses to the downside and you get somewhat of a relief in crypto. So that would be sweet. Okay, we're going to go really quick through some indices. Nasdaq had a bearish engulfing candle, lowest daily candle close since July 30, printing negative momentum but getting weaker and at around the 40-point level on the RSI. So it's really close to coming to the bearish control zone. And the SPX closed down on a minus 1.3% drawdown with a bearish engulfing candle, printing negative momentum on the MACD histogram, but losing it as we speak. Just it hasn't increased the negative momentum for now, and at the 45-point level on the RSI. So SPX looks a little bit stronger here than the Nasdaq because it's a little bit further away from the negative, from the bearish control zone on the RSI. Let's talk about Sol. So Solana being outperformed today both by BTC and Ethereum. Lowest daily candle close on Solana since July 18. My bad. Printing negative momentum again on the MACD histogram at this 50-point level on the RSI. So left the bullish control zone. Pretty much neutral here on the RSI. And there was some FUD going on about some FTX state owning a bunch of Solana becoming liquid or becoming unlocked, and I think that triggered a harder sell-off on Sol rather than ETH and BTC. You're also losing the 170 buck level here, this critical inflection point from 2022 and 2021. You'll see how regarded the 170 bucks level it's been, both as resistance and as support. And also in this cycle around, it's been tested as support and as resistance. So every time that you fall below it, you're at risk of coming down to 144 bucks, because this is pretty much a straight down territory between 170 and 144. So you gotta be a little bit worried about that. Also, we're going to be taking a look at Sol BTC and Sol ETH to see how it's been behaving. I have this one here. Okay, Sol BTC. So that bearish divergence on the RSI, it's been continuing to develop and play out. And look at this chat. Sol BTC first bar of negative momentum on the MACD histogram since June 24. Just after 36 days of positive Momo have just ended today on Sol BTC, Chad. 38 days. 36. Yeah. 36 days of positive momentum coming to an end right now, Chad. And you're also having that bearish divergence playing out on the RSI, and you're at the 50-point level on the RSI, so that's pretty neutral. Maybe this just turns out to be a higher high regarding this high, and you just put in a higher low on anywhere from this low to highs fips. Let's check out. So you just lost the 23% retracement from lows to highs. And we talked about the potential fact that if Sol BTC had an immediate reaction like the one that it had here to the 23% retracement, if it had an immediate reaction to the upside, that would imply significant strength on Sol BTC. But today you're just breaking downwards out of that level, and possibly it's gonna come test the 38% retrace at around the 24,800 800 points level here for Sol BTC. So not the best day for the Solana bulls. Granted, this just could just fucking reverse and pump if BTC catches a turbo bid. Then maybe the market goes on into more frothier conditions and you get that Sol BTC reversal. But also, I think there's alpha here, chat, on Sol ETH. Look at this, chat. Sol ETH going for the lowest daily candle close since July 23rd, printing the first bar of negative momentum on the MACD histogram, chat, since June 24th. Look at this. Also 36 bars of positive Momo coming to an end on Sol ETH today. It's down 1.75%, and looked like this tweezer top really caught some follow through, chat. We were a little bit concerned about the structure a few days ago. I think on Monday we talked about it, that you were going to just ignore the fact of having a tweezer top here on Monday, and then you sold off and had an engulfing to the downside, and that's when you knew that kind of price action at a critical inflection point here from 2021 could imply that something big was brewing, and you've had 3 consecutive days of negative price action afterwards. So yeah, going on fib retracements here on Sol ETH. You also lost the 23% retracement from lows to highs for Sol ETH. So when higher low, chat? That's my question. When higher low for Sol ETH? Maybe you get somewhat of an Ethereum outperformance for the next couple of weeks until something else develops. You know, you had somewhat of an alpha here, possibly an inverse head and shoulders. I think you had bullish divergence here in the MACD histogram. So not until you see somewhat of development on this chart, because of this rejection at a critical inflection point, I would like to see some confluence with fib retracement levels, maybe the 200 moving average, maybe MACD getting exhausted, and then maybe we can ball on Sol ETH. Okay. We talked about Pepe also yesterday. Just gonna look at this because it's been one of the biggest memes this year. We talked about maybe this. This looked pretty similar. This structure here, this inverse head and shoulders that we had on April, could somewhat repeat here. But I said that I don't like that much when you have similarities on structure regarding the past, because it's too obvious and it doesn't usually play out. If you want to see like some similarities, you would need to go a little bit further back where it's not that obvious. Or if you wanted to check like for a fractal, I want to look to a fractal that's just, you know, a couple months away. I would look for a fractal maybe inverted or on a different asset or on a different time frame that's a little bit hidden and not as clear as this one. But they could still pull it off, chat. This whole inverse head and shoulders scenario or pattern gets invalidated if you take out the lows from July 9 and July 8. So they could still pull it off, but I don't know. It's at the 43 point level on the RSI. So approaching 39, which is the bearish control zone, and printing strong negative momentum on the MACD histogram. Actually, the highest negative momentum on the MACD since July 11, chat. Down 5.2% on a day. WIF also sold off strongly today. It's down 10%, double digit loser with a really high volume today on Binance. Check out this chat. Check out this volume here. Actually, highest volume on WIF since July 16. Since this pump from the middle of July. So yeah, this was potential. We talked about maybe this being a PO3 potential pattern, but with today's price action and coming back down into the deviation area, it's been clear that it's not a PO3. It could become anything else, but if I have to look this chart for what it is, I see higher highs and higher lows. You have two equal lows here, but these were lower lows regarding those lows. This was a lower high regarding this high, and this is a lower high regarding this high. So it looks distributive to me for the time being. I would need for more data to present itself on WIF in order for me to get excited about a trading setup relying on TA. Bong, it's behaving better than WIF. It's up 0.5% on a day. Going for a bullish pin bar, reacting out of the 200 moving average. So that's decent price action, but it's building negative Momo at the 44 point level in the RSI. And yeah, I do see lower highs here being put in. You do have a higher low regarding this low here. So that's interesting. That I think Bonk looks better than WIF if I had to just look at the technicals. But I don't know. I think the memes have become a little bit saturated for the past few weeks. You just have new memes coming up every day. Old memes not getting that much of a bid. Maybe on the next leg up, you see somewhat of a utility outperformance. Maybe. Right? XRP had a potential breakout here of this ascending triangle. And look at what it become. Just turned out to be a false breakout with bearish divergence here from this high to this high on the RSI, and printing the first bar of negative momentum since July 11, and going for the lowest daily candle close since July 27. So really choppy on XRP. Talking about XRP, I want to take a look at some majors. I want to look at BNB because BNB was somewhat doing things. Down 0.3%, so outperforming Ethereum and Solana. Look at these two wicks down here, almost equal lows. Wow, chat. It's just hard to read, but printing positive momentum as for now. Oh boy, and they're gonna run it up. This bullish engulfing candle for Tuesday of this week, it hasn't been invalidated yet, Chad. After everything that happened today, Chad. Look at the close here. It's gonna get confirmed in 21 more minutes. But if it closes here at $574, this bullish engulfing candle will still be valid on BNB. All right. BNB BTC, I'm guessing it's red today. Yeah, it's down 1%, going for a bearish engulfing candle. Printing strong positive Momo on the MACD histogram. After bullish divergence here, look at this chat. You have a bull dip here confirmed. Not playing out yet, but you do have a confirmed bullish divergence on BNB BTC. We'll see if it catches follow through. And it would be really interesting for this low to be confirmed as an equal low or a confirmation low for the low of early July. Yeah, don't have much of a trade setup on BNB BTC, but it's looking somewhat interesting. I want to look at Caspa. Where is Caspa? Caspa has been one of the best performing coins in the past, so it's down 1.3% on the day. Not a fan of this candle, chat. Right at resistance, looks somewhat like a dead hanging man. Single candlestick pattern. If tomorrow daily candle close, the daily candle closes below 20 cents here, or 20.1 cents, whatever, closes below the close of today, then this dead hanging man could be confirmed and could take Caspa into lower prices. I wonder if you have somewhat of a bearish divergence here. So no, you don't. You have bullish confluence on Caspa, so that's wild. That's pretty slick, chat. Boys, we're pumping. Up 0.8% on a day. My God. Quite the price action. You just needed the sell pressure coming from the stocks to chill out, and then BTC just began a turbo rally into the highs of the day. My God. And BTC, it's the one that looks the best out of all of the other coins in my honest opinion. Maybe you have an argument on Sol BTC, but not a fan of Solana on how it's looking against Sol ETH for now. This is my favorite chart today. This one right here, chat. USDT dominance, going for a strong inflection point from the past. Look at every time that you come up to 5.2%, you reversed, and you caught the same today. Looks nasty with a huge wick to the upside and closing below yesterday's close. So yeah, that's that gives me optimism in the market going forward. This single candlestick pattern here against resistance, after an inverse head and shoulder pattern, reversal pattern get confirmed. Are you telling me that this is the performance of the pattern? Just a massive short squeeze into resistance and then immediately selling off, creating this large wick to the upside? Man, makes me want to bid looking at this candle, chat. I don't know what you guys think of USDT dominance here, this candle here. But it makes me optimistic for sure. For sure. And if we lose this ascending channel, this monumental, huge bear flag here, if we actually lose it, come down here and break down properly, hold on to your pants, cowboys, because it's gonna be a wild ride on the crypto markets. It's gonna be that huge release that we've been waiting on for 5 freaking months, chat. How long we've been on this garbage price action? Since February, March. We're now in August. My God, everyone's been chopped to pieces. Anyone who came here late already left. Sentiment here is done. Yeah. Crypto Twitter is basically empty. You don't see much YouTube views on the channels, with the exception of a few channels. By the way, this was the perfect timing for me to creating a YouTube channel when the whole industry just became a desert. But I'm really stoked to have you guys watching anyway. I'm gonna keep progressing every day, and I'm sure it's gonna become a bigger audience, and we're going to continue to look at coins and TA, which is what I love. I love TA and trading, so it's gonna be really good in a few more months, in my opinion. Either we come down now or later. There are good things coming for BTC, and you will wonder, Chad, why is Pitbox talking all of this hopium talk and whatever, and it's because of the high time frame candles. Like, what are we talking about? This is a monthly, only has 1 day in, but whatever. Look at yesterday's monthly. Look at the 3-month chart, bro. What are we talking about? This thing looks ready to freaking rip, and the 6-month, it's my favorite one. It's gonna take a while to play out, but if you go to the log scale, you'll see this setup, this 3 white soldiers pattern here. Whoops. This 3 white soldiers. You had a bullish engulfing on January 2023. Then this subsequent 2 white or green candles, 6-month candles, looks pretty much the same that what had happened here on 2016 and 2017. Plus, it was also an election year. So how can this be a coincidence? Look at what happened. The 2 6-month candles that came afterwards, massive impulses. You also had the highest 6-month close on this one, also the highest 6-month close on that one. So it looks all good to me, Chad. It's been painful being below this consolidation for so long. I'm sure a lot of people got bored and left, and only the hardcore Bitcoiners and crypto traders are around. But this is what gives me faith on having a monumental next year. Although all the FUD and people just being scared about economic data or whatever, they'll always have reasons for being scared and whatnot. Punky was down a lot today. This is a meme on Solana. I don't know if you heard it. It's like the MOG of Solana in some ways. They trade similarly. Okay, let's take a look at a few more altcoins. We've been talking about some setups. We talked about Lido. Where's Lido? Lido's here. Okay, it was on a different chart. Show me your thing, Lido. What are you doing? Okay, so Lido still somewhat holding this inflection point, going for a bearish engulfing candle. It's down almost 3% today. You still have this bullish divergence possibly being close to confirmed. You just need not to sell off and stay above this level, then it's gonna be worth it, in my opinion. Critical inflection point from the past, you can see here, it has been rejected and used as support a bunch of times. Man, I think if ETH catches a bit, then I think Lido is gonna be a really good performer. Jupiter is also up today. It's up 2.7% on the day. Jupiter is printing the first negative momentum bar on the MACD histogram since June 25th, chat. After a 35-day drought of negative Momo, it has come to an end on Jupiter. And this looks pretty similar to Sol BTC and Sol ETH, right, chat? Sol BTC is printing the first negative momentum bar on the histogram since 36 days ago, and Jupiter it's going on and it's happening after 35 days. So clearly trading like Sol beta, but outperforming Solana today. Do I have a Jupiter to Sol chart? I think I do. Wow, chat, look at this. Look at this candle here. Jupe against Solana going for the highest daily candle close since June 16, chat. Printing strong positive momentum once again on the MACD histogram and approaching the buyer's control zone at the 59 point level on the RSI. Talk about reflexivity. But what makes me a little bit cautious or makes me wonder Jupiter against Solana is just Sol ETH doesn't look that good, but maybe it gives a little bit of breathing room for Sol Beta to actually do its do her thing. But if you look at this inverted, look at this. This looks like exhaustion. You may have had somewhat of a yeah. You did have bearish divergence here on the MACD histogram, and now a shoulder, and now another lower high if you invert it. So looks bullish. Looks bullish, and with between these two ranges from 58 to 65, there isn't that much efficiency, Chaz. Just pretty much straight up, straight down territory. So maybe this can become like a quick pump. Jito's also outperforming Solana today. It's up 0.65% against Sol, printing positive Momo. Doesn't look as good as Jupiter though. Tensor against Solana is new king. I'll give you that. Bearish engulfing candle. Going for the lowest daily candle close since July 28, chat. What are we going to bid if we are risk on, chat? That's the real question. Okay, this is Bonk against Sol. Let's see if we have something here. Going for a bullish engulfing candle. It's up 4% on the day. Printing negative momentum, weak negative momentum on the MACD, and this could become bullish divergence, chat. If this actually gets confirmed and you continue to print weaker and weaker negative momentum, then this could be arguably a bullish divergence on the MACD histogram, and especially if you are able to reclaim this level here, it could get somewhat interesting for Bonk Sol. But I don't know. I think that maybe the market's gonna rotate a little bit into utility on the Solana ecosystem, at least, right? When one narrative becomes exhausted and becomes like the obvious narrative, then maybe it's time for look somewhere else, because sometimes it's just the most dangerous than it's ever been. CHR, what CHR is doing here, chat? Potential also bullish divergence here. You have a lower low in price and a higher low on the MACD histogram. Let's take a look at some inflection points here. Let's chart CHR. Wow. This chart is actually pretty messy. So I'm gonna go with obvious inflection points. Downward looks real. What happened here? I wanna see granularly. Okay, so maybe here this daily candle close. Yep. Where else? Yeah, you can see somewhat of a reaction there. And to the upside, maybe here. Yeah, looks real. Showing UTA in real time, chat. That's what's up. I'm looking for historic inflection points in the chart. Maybe this daily candle close here. Or here. Yeah. Look at this, chat. Right there. Okay. Now we can take a proper look of CHR. So CHR is below resistance, but look at this bullish, not engulfing, but this bullish hammer. It's about to be put on in the chart. Although today you did have the lowest price action since January, chat. So lowest price action in 8 months for CHR today. But this is real. You do have that potential bullish divergence on the MACD histogram. I'm going to remember this chart in case you get somewhat of a continuation of the development of such divergence. Sweet. Gonna have to wait a little bit more to see if we get a reaction here at the lows out of this massive bullish harmonic here. We're waiting for the type 2 return. I went over this setup yesterday in case you're curious. You can see yesterday's stream. I went in depth into it. Doge selling off, down 2% on the day, going for the lowest daily candle close since July 14, chat. Printing negative momentum on the MACD histogram, and you can just guess that sellers are in control of Doge because you had a bullish divergence here from this low to this low, and look at the performance that it had. Pathetic. A lower high regarding this high. So buyers did not step in on Doge because you had sellers exhaustion. Oscillator in the chart was implying and showing to market participants, to anywhere in the world, someone could have seen this, said, okay, you have a higher low on the negative momentum, but a lower low in price. This could imply a strong reversal, but it didn't. It had a pathetic pump that was just a lower high regarding this high. So buyers are not still in control of Doge. That's what I can take out of this price action. Okay. 8 more minutes. 1 more minute and 40 seconds to the daily candle close, chat. FX down. It's up 10%. What is this scam? My God, not even going to entertain this. Coinbase was down 5% today. It bounced a little bit on post market, but actually Coinbase went for the lowest daily candle close since June 24, printing negative momentum on the MACD histogram at the 40-point level on the RSI. It's coming really close, chat. Really close to the bearish control zone. You didn't have any divergence here, just a bullish confluence. That structure looks awful. But I don't know. Could be just choppy before continuing upwards. Look at the reaction of MicroStrategy post market. I'm not sure if it had earnings today. Did it? Oh, it did. It did. I guess it didn't do that well, right? Down 8% of what was estimated. But not gonna mess with stocks. Okay, what else? Curve is up 9%. This is a cursed coin. Going for strong positive Momo once again. And there you have it, chat. Daily candle just closed. Let's take a look at it. Strong bullish hammer on a daily time frame, chat. That's quite significant. And USDT dominance, bearish pin bar below yesterday's daily candle close. This makes me want to go all in. I'm joking. But this gets me excited. I want to take a look. I was looking at the Bollinger Bands. So look at this. Bollinger getting tighter and tighter. And you sold off going against the upper band. So maybe sometimes on the Bollinger Bands chat, you see while the price is compressing, while volatility is decreasing, you'll see price go to one band, have a failed breakdown or breakout out of such band, and while the bands continue compressing, it just run off against the other band, and then that's when you have the proper breakout. So just giving you hopium on what USDT dominance is doing. I wonder what BTC is doing. I want to take a look at that one. This looks really bad. I mean, not the chart, but the data. Okay. BTC closed above a significant level today, chat. At the daily candle close of the launch in January 31st. Losing positive Momo though at the 56 level on the RSI. Look at the drought of negative momentum on this coin. We've been on 37 days of positive momentum on the MACD histogram on BTC. Basically ever since we pumped here out of late June. Still potentially on a downtrend on a daily time frame, but if you go to a 12-hour or the 4-hour, then maybe you could be saying something about this being on an uptrend. If you go into a lower time frame. Yo, what's good, EHK? What's happening? Anything that you want me to look at? Anything that you want me to check out? Because we've been looking at a ton of altcoins and BTC, and we were talking about USDT dominance here. Just closing on this bearish hammer today. This long wick to the upside hammer looks pretty decent for going to the downside. And if you don't know what USDT dominance is basically how much market share represents USDT against the total of the crypto market. So if this chart is going up, it means that people are going for stable coins, are selling their BTC for USDT. And if this chart's going down, like what happened here, it means that people are using their USDT, you get USDT Tether coin basically to bid into BTC. So if this basically if this asset is trending higher, it means that cryptos are selling off, and if this chart is selling off, it means that BTC is ripping. So this could be really good and proper for being risk on BTC. Okay, so if you want me to look at anything, just let me know. Maybe the SPX or things that you trade more. But I'm gonna look into a few more altcoins that we've been talking, that maybe they have some kind of a setup. So we talked about Link also. So Link closed the day green. It has a bullish pin bar. It underperformed BTC today and still below this critical inflection point from this local price range that started on November of last year. Yeah, USDT is a stable coin. It's a crypto US dollar, and basically what I was saying is that that chart is the dominance of USDT. So it represents how much people are keeping USDT against the rest of the crypto market. So right now it's a 5%. The total market cap of USDT is a 5% of the total crypto market cap. And if this starts to go up, for example, to 5.2, 5.5%, it means that people within the crypto market are going for stable coins rather than BTC or altcoins or any risk on coins, you know. So that's the explanation of USDT dominance. Okay, I'm gonna look at Link, and then we're going to take a look at the SPX, because Link was showing something interesting just a few days ago. So you're close or around a strong inflection point here for the past 8 months. You can see here how price has bounced strongly out of this level, and you had this potential inverse head and shoulders here. But you're printing strong negative momentum on the MACD histogram, and you're at the 43 point level on the RSI. So you're just going to need price action to recover or reclaim that level, and basically just not put in a lower low regarding the low from early July. And if you start building off a base out of this right shoulder, then maybe you could have an argument for that inverse head and shoulders if you start doing something like that, and you confirm the breakout out of the neckline. You do have quite a strong target. It's a 23% measured move from the neckline if you get that confirmation. So if you break out of the 14.5%, I mean $14.5, you go for a 23% measured move target all the way up almost to 18%, which is a strong inflection point from the previous cycle. Here you see this complacency shoulder from April 2022. So that's a big if, you know. It's not a certainty. It hasn't been confirmed, but it's worth taking notice. Also, considering the fact on the price action that you had today, this huge reversal, but you did have the lowest price action on Link since July 8th. So also monthly, almost about a monthly lows on Link USDT. Okay, so the SPX had a bearish engulfing candle today. It was down 1.3%, almost 1.4%. And you don't have much to look to the left because we're pretty overextended here at all-time highs. But if I had to guess here, if I can throw some fibs here from lows to highs, you're at around the 38% retrace from lows to highs. You're sitting really close to a 38% retrace from that move. So if you continue to sell off, you can start looking at the 0.5, the 50% retrace, or even the 61% retrace. It's a deep value area, somewhat of the golden zone, like they call it. But I'm not sure if we're gonna get there, because you're losing negative Momo here on the MACD histogram. You can see that sellers might be getting exhausted here locally. and you're at the 45 point level in the RSI. So this is pretty neutral. You're not down. If you get down the 40 point level here, you enter the bearish control zone, basically where sellers take control of the asset. So as for now, the RSI looks neutral, and MACD histogram doesn't show any kind of divergence yet, because you have bearish confluence here. You have a lower low in price and a lower low on the histogram. So I think that's just gonna depend on the next trading days to see if we catch somewhat of a bounce here at the 38% retrace. But maybe this was the entirety of the downtrend. It's just we're going to see. And also you have to have in mind that this is the first trading day of August. So maybe you can close August higher from here, you know? Just there isn't much of an argument for a sell-off when you have this steady uptrend. So yeah, just have that in mind, that this is the first trading day of August, and you cannot rely for a strong trend on a first trading day. You know, this tomorrow this could open a little bit higher here, and then just the following days continue the uptrend and put in a higher low here regarding this low, and a higher low regarding this low, and basically an untouched uptrend. So I don't have much of an alpha on the SPX. The weekly will close tomorrow, so we'll check out the weekly tomorrow. If we are able to hold the weekly lows from the previous week, that could be somewhat of a good signal for market participants that maybe it's worth bidding here, because you have somewhat of an absorption of the selling down here. You can see these 2 wicks, but that's just ultimately gonna rely on tomorrow's price action. Yo, Alvaro, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Are you guys together, by the way? You and EHK, or I bet EHK sent my link. So yeah, guys, I've been going on for about an hour, so I'm gonna finish the stream about just telling you guys that I think it's great news that BTC was able to close the daily time frame above 64k, 64.5, and I mean 64.8 and 63.5. I think those are really important levels from history. Here you'll see this critical inflection point from the past, from April 2021. It's been regarded today, hopefully, as support, so that gives a little bit of confidence on market participants. And hopefully we just don't roll over tomorrow when Wall Street opens, because most of this price action, this reversal, happened after hours. You'll see here the stock market closed at 4 p.m. and that's when the buying began. So yeah, just have to be cautiously optimistic is what I would say. Anytime that you're above 64 to 65k, I think it's a good day. So thanks for tuning in, boys. Thanks for the comments, for interacting with the chat. Remember to give me a like here. I really appreciate if you engage with the like button. Leave me a comment, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and I'll be going live tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern time to check out the markets and give you my insights on the TA on BTC. So I'll see you guys then. Bye.